Hi everyone, welcome to our read aloud for today. I have a very cute book for you that I just love. It is called Spookley, The Legend of Spookley. So just from looking at the cover, what's different about Spookley? Yeah, he's a square pumpkin. He looks a little bit different than the pumpkins we have. So Spookley the square pumpkin was different. All the other pumpkins teased him until Spookley proved that being different can save the day. So I hope you enjoy this story. One day in the pumpkin patch, the strangest little pumpkin hatched. Spookley wasn't like his friends. Where they had curves, he had ends. So all of these pumpkins have curved sides, right? But he has ends, he has sharp edges, right? Like a square. Spookley was different. He was odd. He was rare. Spookley the pumpkin wasn't round. He was square. While the round pumpkins had fun rolling along, poor Spookley sat there shaped all wrong. He tried and tried with all his might, but he couldn't budge. He just sat tight. The other pumpkins teased him because he was square. Spookley wished he was round and could roll everywhere. So how does he feel that he's square? Yeah, he's not very happy about it. Look at his face. All the other pumpkins are teasing him because he's different. They're not very nice pumpkins, are they? That is, until one night when they all discovered it's fine to be round when the weather is fair, but there are times it's better to be a square. I wonder what that means. Why would it be better to be a square pumpkin? Halloween was just a day away when a mighty storm blew across the bay. It tossed the round pumpkins to and fro, it snapped their vines, then off they'd go, bouncing left, slamming right, banging, bashing, what a sight! Spookley sat there filled with fright, but glad to be a square that night. So all of these round pumpkins are rolling all over the place in the storm and the wind because they're round. But Spookley isn't going anywhere because he's a square. So he's just sitting tight. Suddenly the fence gave way. 3 pumpkins rolled out and into the bay. Oh no. Spookley knew what must be done. It was up to him. He was the one. He teetered, he tottered, he tipped, he tried. He finally flipped. He was on his side. Again he tipped. Again he flopped. Again he flipped. And then he stopped. Right in the gap where the fence had snapped, he blocked the way. The hole was capped. All the pumpkins shouted, "Hooray!" Spookley the square pumpkin had saved the day. When a pumpkin hit him, with a whack, he thought his shell would start to crack. Then another one hit him with a thump, and another one with a smack. So Spookley was able to put himself in between all the pumpkins and the fence, so none of them would roll out of that hole that gave way. Then one by one, a ton of pumpkins piled on the stack, with a bang and a bash and a crunch and a crash, and then it all went black. You can see poor little Spookley. They're all piled up on top of him. I wonder what's gonna happen. At dawn, when the storm had stopped, the farmer came out and checked his crop. He picked his pumpkins up one by one and laid them out in the warm, dry sun. And when the last was moved away, the farmer could see what had saved the day. An odd-shaped pumpkin, short and dense, was wedged against the broken fence. Its shell was bruised, its stem was too, but there was brave little Spookley, sitting straight and strong and true. Right then and there the farmer knew, of all the seeds he'd ever sown, Spookleys were the most special that had ever grown. Spookley saved all of those pumpkins. And the next year, when it was time to sow, he sowed those seeds in every row. He watered and weeded and watched them grow. And oh, that morning about mid-June, when the pumpkin patch began to bloom, there were tiny pumpkins everywhere, hundreds and hundreds, most of them square. But some were cubes, some were rectangles, some were flat, and others triangular. There was a bed of bright red ones and 2 rows of blue. There were polka dot pumpkins and rainbow ones too. There were thousands of colors and hundreds of shapes. Oh, what a garden variety makes. Look at these crazy pumpkins. They are so pretty. Now, every year on Halloween, Spookley's patch is quite a scene. People come from far and near to see what wonders grew that year. They stop, they gawk, they gaze, they stare. Then they pick a pumpkin that's round, triangular, or perfectly square. Now you know the story of how Spookley grew. Maybe someday you'll tell someone too. And they'll go tell someone who'll go tell another. And maybe one day we all will discover you can't judge a book or a pumpkin by its cover. And that is the legend of Spookley, the square pumpkin. Wasn't it so cute? I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did and learned not to judge a book by its cover. All right, bye everyone. I'll see you next time.